YouTube, everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Playbook Sports Podcast. I am your host, Nate. Please excuse my voice. I spent the weekend screaming in Miami. Had an awesome time. Loved every minute of it. Gonna see if Dan Marino wants to come on sometime. We're pretty close now. I got pictures of him, no big. Directly to my right, per usual, we got downtown Sage Brown back in studio.
What's up? What's up? Happy to be back. Ready to drop some hot takes.
Oh, it's going to be a good episode. So we got Cease at the end again. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
We're chilling. A little sore, a little tired.
Yeah, probably a little bit tired because he has been on fucking fire, people. We're just gonna jump right into. Unfortunately, we are without Opal here today. Not, a little underneath the weather. We'll still hopefully get his picks from him and his outrageous take for the week, but he won't be here. But let's go ahead and jump into a little bit of a review of this last week. On the show, I live bet every one of Colin's locks. I made $60. I bet $20 on every bet. All three of them hit. 3-0 on the week. 3 best bets. Favorite number. Shout out Stu Feiner. Nice job, Colin. That was fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
Not one of them was in danger at any point, really. I mean, the Cowboys looked like maybe they won't cover 7 for a while, but they figured it out like we knew they would.
If the Lions didn't fumble at the goal line,
It was going to get sweaty.
There would have been 13-10 Lions, and that would have looked really suspect.
We would have needed 10 points from them.
I for some reason don't have my locks record written down.
Oh, we'll have to get that for you.
No, I was 10-5 before last week.
So
then
then
went 1-2.
1-2, so then you were
11-7.
11-7, and now you're 14-7.
Okay, so we're
Hey,
back to
still at
hey,
66% clip.
we're
That's
back
money,
to-
baby.
okay,
That's money.
Yeah.
Nice job. Opal's take from last week's outrageous take was Geno
Gino.
Geno Smith, best quarterback in the NFC West. He might be fucking onto something. The Rams didn't play, so hard to say much about them. Niners looked terrible. Got molly-whopped by the Chiefs.
Came out hot, and then
They did. They just quit playing.
Not even just the West. He might be a Pro Bowl quarterback in
He
the
might be.
NFC.
I said, oh my God, listen, I'm getting a little nervous when I have to buy a Geno Smith jersey. I said at the beginning of the year, if he wins MVP, I'm getting the jersey. And I'm holding myself to that.
Yep.
They looked really good.
It's happening.
So that take's looking really good. And then moving forward, Sage, your sleeper. How'd Kenyon Drake do this weekend? I didn't see.
Not great.
Not great.
That's why I had that backup
That's
with
right.
Wando Robinson.
Yep.
And he had 4 catches, 65 yards, and went out with an injury.
Okay.
If that injury didn't happen, I
He
really
put
think
up
he would have
good
had
numbers.
more. He was getting that good target share, getting everything we were looking for.
Yeah.
But he's back this week, and I still think he's a pretty deep sleeper the rest of the season.
I like that. We will jump into our next set of all of those picks, takes, and all that good stuff. But let's go ahead and just keep on chugging right along. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody to Rivalry Week number 2. Unfortunately, the Bears fan is not here, so we're just going to get it all from what's going to be a one-sided one. And it will be back-to-back, so hopefully he's back next week for Rivalry Week number 3, the final one, so I can just give him the business. But let's go ahead. Let's look at our power rankings. I don't think we're going to have a whole lot of changes. Colin, let's go ahead and start with you. Give us your honorable mentions and then 1 through 5.
All right, honorable mentions. These teams just missed out. I have a few. List them in no order whatsoever. Dallas Cowboys are still there for me, 5-2.
Okay.
Defense looks outrageously good.
So good. So good.
New York Football Jets,
Yeah.
right behind, or not behind. They're all in the same category with Dallas there. That's really it. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
I
No, those
kind
are
of want
fair.
to flirt with Seattle a little bit, but
Yeah.
I'm not totally sold yet. So I'm just going to keep it with those two. And then at number 5, I have the Giants.
Yeah.
My top 5 is identical.
Same exact one.
The teams either won or they didn't play.
Yeah.
So it's no team I thought deserved to jump a team that didn't play.
Yep.
You have the 6-1 Giants at 5 for me. You have the 5-1 Vikings at 4.
Yeah.
You have the 5-2 Chiefs, I believe,
5-2.
Mhm.
Yep.
at 3. And then you have the undefeated Eagles still at 2 for me. And then you have the 5-1 Bills, I
5-1
believe,
Bills, yes.
at 1.
Back at it this week.
All
They're
right.
coming off a bye. I like that.
All right.
Yeah, I think that, like I said, it's probably going to be very similar to last week's power rankings. Not much changing, but Sage, let's hear yours. What you got for us? Anything different? Anything crazy?
Yeah, so for my honorable mentions, I also got the Jets in there. I love everything they're doing. They don't have to win pretty. They just got to win games, and they've done that. And they're showing they want to keep doing that with recent trade acquisitions.
Getting James Robinson.
Yes, sir.
Brees Hall going down for the year. That's tough.
Yep, but
He's a
I don't think they're
monster.
going to miss too much of a step with James
Probably
coming
not.
in.
He's really good.
So I got the Jets in there. I have the Ravens written down yet. Written down right here. I'm
Mhm.
taking them off.
Taking him out?
It's hard to watch our games.
Hey, you won.
We
Come on,
won.
but I get it. It was a
Lamar
tough game.
completed 9 passes.
Man.
It's a rough
It's a
year.
boring brand of
It
football.
doesn't feel like a win. It
Yeah.
doesn't feel like a win. Instead, I'm going to replace them with the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, I like that.
They're winning games. Their offense before the season started, no one thought they were going to be
Very
anything.
good, yeah.
Dude, here they are, like Geno Smith, Pro Bowl quarterback.
Let's see what's Addison got. Get those Ravens out of here.
Get them out of here.
Nice.
He must be in the live.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Addison's in the live. Shout out Addison. Greg is back in the live. Shout out Greg, man.
Addison, send your picks over.
Yeah, hey, send your picks. Hopefully we need your picks and your take, brother. We'll keep going. Sorry.
So yeah, got Seattle there. Starting off my top 5, we actually almost had the same top 5. So I got the Giants right there.
Yeah.
They're winning games just like the Jets are. They just won one more.
Yeah.
It's the only thing stopping the Jets from being top 5 right now. I also have the Vikings. Can't take them out because they weren't there. I have the Chiefs at 3. And the only thing I have different than Chiefs over here is I got the Bills and Eagles swapped.
Yeah.
Eagles haven't lost a game, so I'm not taking them out of number 1. You know, when they lose a game, we'll reevaluate, but Bills still lost 1. So
Damn right.
that's where we are.
Yes, they did. They're all welcome for that. Because they might not fucking lose another one.
No.
The Bills might go 16-1. It's a very scary thing. Yeah, mine are going to be very similar to these gentlemen. Just missed. I had Miami in it, but I'm also going to take Miami out, and I'm going to substitute in Seattle. Seattle's been entertaining to watch somehow. I don't know how. I don't know why. But they've been really good. They've been entertaining. So I'm going to have Seattle, the Jets, and Minnesota as my just missed teams.
Okay.
Because I've got Dallas back in the top 5. I had them just missing last week after a loss, but I have them back in my top 5. That defense is fucking good.
So good.
They held the Lions' offense to 6 points, and the Lions had no DeAndre Swift, but they had St. Brown back. So they were still,
For a quarter.
yeah,
for a
right,
drive,
before he went out, right?
Before he went out with
He
the
needed
end of
to
the
be healthy.
concussion. Mhm. Past concussion protocol, still held out of the game.
Of course, that's how it is now. Welcome to the
Yeah.
NFL. But I've got Dallas at 5 with that defense, still fantastic. Only allowed more than 20 points once, and that was the number 1 team in the NFL, arguably. I've got Giants at 4, 6-1, very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City still at 3 after dismantling the 49ers, which I loved because we have their first round pick. Philadelphia at 2, Buffalo at 1. I think that those top 3 teams will be the top 3 teams probably for a long time.
Yeah,
Until
these
something
top
crazy
three teams are the ones that are solidified.
Yeah.
And finding 4 through 10
It's hard. It's hard. Very interchangeable.
It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a season of mediocrity.
It really is. It's a weird football season. Ask Tom Brady. He said a lot of bad football. Well, Tom, you're playing some pretty bad football, buddy.
Do better then.
Yeah, you put up 3 points against the Carolina Panthers.
I'm ready to
not
play
good.
them this week.
Yeah, I bet you're excited. Baltimore's favored at Tampa Bay, as they should be.
Short
Only by
week.
1.5. Give me all of that fucking smoke. All right, I like it. Now something new we're going to do is, since we're getting closer and closer through the season, we're through 7 weeks now, I want to talk about our bottom 5 teams. We talk about the same top teams every week. Let's talk about our bottom 5. And we'll go reverse order this time as I throw my pen on the ground. 32nd in the NFL, I've got the Houston Texans. They're all in on the tank. They're no good. That tie is the only thing that may cost them the number 1 overall pick. That might be the thing that gives Detroit the number 1 overall pick, is Houston having a tie on their record. Detroit, I have at 31.
Ooh.
They've only scored 6 points. Their defense is so bad. And they haven't scored as many points as they did earlier in the year. Amon-Ra's hurt and beat up. DeAndre Swift is hurt and beat up. It's all TJ Hawkinson.
I'll say for as explosive as Detroit's offense has been, they have not scored a touchdown since week 4. So it's been
There we
3
go.
weeks with no touchdowns.
3 weeks, no touchdowns. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
One of those weeks was a bye.
Okay.
Was it a bye?
Yeah.
Oh, it was
All
a
right,
bye.
all right, that's fair. That's
so
fair.
the stat I saw last time was a little misleading.
Little
Then they got
misleading.
shoved by Belichick.
Belichick and
Yeah.
by the Cowboys.
Okay.
They had lost to the Patriots. It's a lot worse for them now, considering
Yeah,
what just
it does.
happened on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, it does.
My 30th ranked team's New Orleans Saints. I have disliked them all season. I will continue to dislike them. They're no good, regardless what anybody says. They just lost what? Didn't they lose Thursday night? Yeah, they lost Thursday night. Yeah, they put up 34
2
points,
pick
but
sixes by
back-to-back drives. I mean, that was a killer. I just don't think they're very good. I've got Pittsburgh Steelers at number 29. Sorry about it, Greg. Tough, pal. You know, you couldn't squeak out the winner. It's unlucky. Kenny Pickett looked bad, 3 interceptions. Not a great interception on the last drive either. He had 20 yards of open field run in front of him to run for that first down. Instead, he throws it to a receiver who's not looking for the ball. A bad play by him. And then I've got Denver at 28. Sorry, Matt Cain. Denver stinks. They are bad. Even with Russell Wilson on the field, they are bad. They just lost to the Jets 16-9. Their defense is legit, I think, Denver, but their offense can't keep up with anybody. They're not going to outscore teams. They have to hope that they win a defensive struggle, and that's an ugly brand of football, and I don't trust it. So I got Denver 28, Pittsburgh, New Orleans, Detroit, and Houston. Sage,
All right.
what you got?
I like it. I also have Houston dead last.
Where they belong.
Tank job, and I think they're doing good at it. They're doing great at the tank job. So
Yeah.
proud of them for that.
Sure are.
31, I got Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, this makes me so happy to see them this
I bet you
shitty
love
too.
seeing them in
I
the
fucking
basement.
love it. I haven't seen them bad probably since I've been watching
A
football.
long time.
Probably since I've been watching.
Yeah.
And this just, as soon as that draft pick came out with Kenny Pickett,
Mm-hmm.
I've been.
Cheer that one. Yep.
I was like, yep, you guys take
You go ahead
mediocrity
and
all
get
day
him.
long. I'm proud of you. 30th, I got the Commanders.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, they're hard to watch.
They are boring to watch.
And even though they just squeaked one out with the Packers, I think that's just some Heineke magic.
Yep.
Because he has one game a year.
That's
where
why I
it's
kept
just
them out of
fucking
my
magic.
bottom 5.
But-
Heineke.
I have no faith in them moving forward. If anyone has any time to prepare for Heineke, it's just not happening.
Yeah.
I got the Panthers at 29. Yeah, they also had an upset this week. They're still the
They're
Panthers.
still shitty.
They're still like trading all their players.
I think they're
only
better
gonna get
with
worse.
PJ Walker than they were with Baker.
Agreed.
I think PJ Walker's that guy. I think Baker sucks.
He's what, 3-1 and starts?
Yeah. He
Woo.
wins games, man. I don't
Wins
know.
games.
St. Louis Battlehawks alum. Shout out Battlehawks.
28. I also have the Broncos.
Yeah.
They're just not. We've had to watch them every week on primetime, and I think
Sick.
they probably wouldn't be in my top or my bottom 5 if that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
Because that defense is so good.
So good.
But I just have to watch this punter not be paid
Just
enough
kick,
for doing
kick.
most of the work.
Seriously.
He needs that
He
Russell
should have gotten the
Wilson
Russell
contract.
Wilson contract.
He should have.
Mm-hmm.
And then honorable mention, I got the Lions in there. That pains me to say. I had such high hopes.
Yeah.
Such high
That
hopes.
defense is just bad.
In the honorable mentions,
Yeah, the honorable mentions of bottom
I
5.
respect it. I
Yeah.
respect the loyalty.
He's holding on. The one of the
You know,
one of 2 teams with 1 win. He's like bottom 6 or 7.
Yeah, they're still there. They can still fight. They're gonna rip off some wins. I think they'll end with 3 more wins.
Feels like a really bad team to me, but all right, I respect
3
that.
more wins or 2 ties.
Or 2
Or
more
2
ties. Shit.
Bingo.
I like it.
Just enough to get the second pick in the draft.
Yeah,
Yes.
just enough to get the number 2 overall pick.
They love the number 2 pick.
Yeah, they do. Colin,
Yeah, I'm
let's hear
seeing a trend here. Houston Texans, worst team in the league.
Yep.
Lovey Smith, feel for you, pal.
it. Yeah.
Who do you think they go get a quarterback first overall?
Yeah, definitely.
Say
CJ
sorry-
Stroud out of
sorry,
Ohio
Davis.
State for
Yeah.
sure. I can't wait to talk draft on here. Also, I'm so
Ooh.
excited about draft.
Sorry, Davis Mills.
Yeah. Dougie Davis.
31st, I have Detroit as well.
Yep.
1 win. That's all I can really say. Their defense is abysmal.
Mhm.
Most of them points and yards given up in the league. Not great.
Not great.
I do like their coach though. I like a few of their pieces they have on their team, but they need a lot more help to get out of this list.
Yes.
30th, I have Carolina.
Yeah. They're bad.
Yeah, they just
Mhm.
won, but they're fire selling everybody. They got rid of their coach. They got rid of their best player.
Yep.
You know, how long is Brian Burns still there? How long is?
I guess
you know,
they turned
TJ
down
Moore
2
still-
first-round
I
picks. for
saw
him.
that. That
That's
might be
crazy.
stupid.
There's no way they did that.
That's what they
They're
said.
trying to up that price on
Yeah.
him like
They
they tried
must
to do with
be.
Jimmy G
They
and,
must
and
be.
San Fran.
Yeah, so I think they're just selling everything and starting all over. So they're down there. Pittsburgh is my 29th team. They show flashes where they look like they could be good. Their defense looks like it should be good.
Yep.
But they just can't pull it out at the end of the day. Could be a rookie quarterback, could be this, that, the third, could be injuries, especially to TJ Watt. That definitely hurts them
Yeah.
a lot.
They didn't get a single sack on the Dolphins this week. Not a single sack.
Is that on Tua getting it out sooner, or is it the line picking it up a little
Well, a little bit
bit?
of both. A little bit of both. Tua's got a little bit of scramble in him, and he apparently wants to. He wants to fucking
Still,
kind
a bad team can get a sack.
Yes, right.
Right,
Right,
like-
especially against Brandon Shell, who's our right tackle. We signed off a practice squad 2 weeks ago, and he locked him down.
Gosh, that's rough.
But yeah, sorry.
And then, 28th, I have Denver as well. I'm sick and tired of watching them play football.
And guess what? They're 8:30 in the morning. They're the London game this weekend.
I'm sleeping in.
Who are
Yeah,
they playing?
Jacksonville.
Yeah. I will not
Sorry,
be watching
London.
that one.
We don't give a shit about London fans. Sorry, guys.
I will not be
Tough.
watching that game. I'll be snoozing.
Tough. Yeah, we will be sleeping through that one.
So I don't have an honorable mention written down.
Me neither. I didn't do one.
I'll just throw Commanders out there. Just
Yeah, same. That'd be a good honorable
True.
mention in my opinion. Yeah.
That's what you get, Dan Snyder. That's what you get.
Yeah, you suck and we know it.
Oh,
now.
you see them chanting "Sell the team" in the stands?
Good.
Amazing.
Yep, good.
I've seen a bunch of like hoodies that are like sell the team.
You know who we didn't have in our bottom 5, who maybe we need to have in our honorable mentions, is the New England Patriots. I just want to touch on that really quickly. Bill Belichick, I will give him the benefit of the doubt because he's Bill Belichick. But he benched Mac Jones after 3 drives. A 3-and-out, and an interception. The interception was ugly. Great interception by Jaquan Brisker coming through, snagging it one-handed.
Mhm.
Loved that interception. That being said, like, all he did there was, after watching Flores do this to Tua with pulling him and putting him, all you're going to do is kill his confidence. Now, now Mac Jones knows if I throw an interception, I'm benched. He won't take shots. He's going to throw it low. Check down, hand off. He's going to be scared. Now he has to play a scared brand of football.
Also, it doesn't help that Zappy went in, threw a touchdown.
Instantly 2 touchdown drives. But then he sucked in the second half.
He did suck, yeah.
But that
also threw 2 picks.
Right, also threw 2 interceptions.
And lost a fumble.
He had 3 turnovers. Yeah, exactly.
The zapping.
It makes you wonder if
Zip on the ball, Zappy.
Zippy Zappy. It makes you wonder if they rushed back Mac Jones a little too early, but then they wouldn't play him if he wasn't ready.
Exactly.
Right.
And he looked mobile.
2-0 and
He had a couple
game
scrambles.
3-0.
Yes. Yeah, they should have gone with Zappy if they were going to. The fans wanted him. You should have popped it. New England, when he came on the field, they want Zappy.
Big old signs
Yeah.
off the.
It's because they think that they think that this is a repeat of 2001 when Bledsoe got hurt, and that they're gonna hold that forever. And so are so many NFL teams where they put in a late round rookie who does something like, oh my God, it's the Tom Brady thing. We got Tom Brady. Cooper Rush. We got Tom Brady. He's the next Brady. It's like, okay, let's pump the brakes and figure it out. Mac Jones looked okay last year. It was hilarious how overrated he was after a very average season.
Yeah. Like, how did he make the Pro Bowl?
He was
also alternate.
They listed him as a top 100 player in the NFL. He was 85th. That's insane. And he's benched after 3 drives. So clearly Bill Belichick doesn't think much of him. And they asked Bill, who's starting next week? He goes, we just finished the game. I'm not going to talk about it. So he's not even committing to Mac Jones. He's like, sorry, I'm going to play someone new. Who knows?
Mac Jones starting quarterback for the Colts next year.
Yeah. Hey. He could. That'd be a good move for the Colts.
The Colts completely tank and just draft a guy and play him immediately.
I wonder if that Quinn Ewers out of Texas, I wonder when he comes out. Or Caleb Williams will be out next year.
Yeah.
That'll be the guy to get.
God, Superman.
Whoever tanks next year will go for Caleb Williams for sure. But I like our bottom 5, top 5. I think that they're consistent with each other. I think we've all got a similar idea of it. Let's go ahead and start looking at picks for the week. Last week, spread betting, we actually did well as a collective group. Fade Brown may have struggled, but the rest of us did real solid.
Some of us have the balls to make chances,
take risks.
And
Colin, 11-3 week. He was on fire last weekend, people. If you're not tailing his bets, and you can legally and responsibly sports gamble, tail his bets responsibly. What were you on Saturday? Were you like 5-0?
At one point.
At 5-0 on Saturday.
2:30 slates back-to-back weeks have been 4-0, 5-0.
Yeah.
So those 2:30 games are.
Follow the Playbook Sports Podcast Twitter account. I'll link it on Facebook and everywhere. Follow them because I retweet all of his Playbook Picks account. Follow that account too. He gives out all of his picks for free. Who knows how long that will happen if we start making money. We're going to have to start charging.
Do it forever.
Well, all right. Free picks forever, people.
Yeah,
he's winning.
forever.
And he's winning. He's one of you.
Because if you start charging people and then your picks lose, that's when they hate you.
Then it really hits you.
Oh, I'm paying for this? Oh.
Paying for these fucking picks? This guy stinks. But 11-3. Addison, 10-4. Good week, buddy. Very strong week again. Addison's doing good with the spread betting. I went 9-5. A good rebound after a bad week last week. Let's see, Bobby 8-6, strong week again for Bobby, and then Sage back-to-back weeks where he went 6-8. Not horrible.
6-8, one strong week.
Yeah, one game away from a 500 record. He'll take it.
For it.
But solid all around, I would say. As a collective group, we're doing better. It was a better week than last week. Last week we only had one person above 500. This week we had 4. I like that. Next week we have 5. Who says no? Not me. Sage, you say no?
My lips are closed.
That being said, let's go ahead and jump in to the Week 8 slate of games, rivalry week number 2. Let's just go ahead and talk about the Thursday night game that's coming up. We've got the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Tampa Bay. Baltimore is 1.5-point favorites. Tampa Bay coming off of an embarrassing loss to the Panthers. 20-3 to the Panthers. Ugly. Ravens coming off a slugfest against the Browns, but a win's a win in the NFL. It's all that matters. Ravens minus 1.5. Addison's got the Ravens. Bobby's got the Ravens. I've got the Ravens. Going Ravens minus 1.5 on the road. I like them to beat Tampa Bay because Tampa Bay stinks. I don't think Tampa Bay's very good. It's not like the Panthers have anybody great in their secondary, and Tom Brady scored 3 points. I like the Ravens just as much on defense as I like the Panthers on defense, and I like the Ravens offense a hell of a lot more than I like the Panthers on offense.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give me the Ravens with Addison and Bobby. I'm going to jump Sage because he gets to go last on this one and go to Colin. Who you got?
Yeah, one thing about that Bucs game last week, complete game changer. Minute and a half into the game, Mike Evans, 60-yard walk-in, and just bobbles it.
Just couldn't bring it.
Set the
That's
tone of the
horrible.
game.
Easiest touchdown catch of his NFL career, and he
Oh,
didn't
yep.
pull it in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
DB falls down. He's by himself.
He's used to fighting for him.
Yeah,
if
yes.
someone's hanging off of him, he
He's
catches
pulling it
that.
down. He's Devontae Parker.
Yeah, I like the contested catches are the easier catches.
That's the only catch you can make.
I like Carolina's defense as much as I would like Baltimore's. And if you look what Carolina did on offense, they just steamrolled the
Just
Bucs.
right
They
through
just
'em.
ran it right down them. And
That was
I
a theme
think
this weekend, running.
I think Baltimore is arguably the best rushing team in the league
Yeah.
at times.
Definitely.
Have the biggest rushing threat in the league
Yes.
with Lamar. So I'm going to take the Ravens as well.
Ravens. Well, all
And I
right.
feel good about
We
it.
might have a big shock here. Sage, who you taking in this one?
I have never not taken the Ravens.
And that will not change.
And yeah, we're still here. We're still on the Ravens.
Oh, I thought we were going the other way.
No,
Wow, and I'm not
no.
taking
I
on
was
this
waiting for
week.
the butt.
But
but this would be Tom Brady's third loss in a row.
doesn't
That
happen
does
often.
scare me.
Doesn't happen often.
Or
It's
5.
actually happened twice in the past 20 years.
Yeah, something crazy. The dude doesn't lose games in a row. He just
He
doesn't.
doesn't.
But
and I get that.
neither
It's at
does
home.
Rodgers,
It's
and
prime
you're-
time. There's a lot of things I don't like about this game, especially with how we've been playing the past few weeks. I mean, we have Gus Edwards coming back from injury. He scored 2 touchdowns last week, but he was playing less than half the running back snaps.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of things to be worried about. Mark Andrews is hobbling around. He only had 0.4 fantasy points last week. No catches, and a 4-yard rush.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I love the pitch play. Andrews pitches it to Lamar Jackson. He's like, you guys want to call me a running back? Fucking watch this.
Fucking watch this.
I'm going to just go around the edge with this one then. I
I
love
was like,
that.
wow,
That's
the media's
fun.
gonna have a field day.
Oh,
with
they're
this
like, yep,
stuff.
he's been a running back his whole career. We knew it.
Yeah. That all being said, like the Bucs, they should have this amazing defense. Todd Bowles took over, and
He's a terrible head coach.
he's a
I don't
terrible
know why
head
they
coach.
went to him.
Great coordinator, terrible head coach.
They had to. They quit. Yeah, right.
Because Arians
Quit.
quit.
He was forced out by
Quit.
Brady. Brady said, I'll come back if Arians is out.
Brady got a divorce to lose to Trubisky, and
Worst decision
DJ
of his, I said it
Walker.
last week, I say it again. Worst decision of his entire life. Of his 45 years of existence, the coming back this year is the worst decision he could have ever made.
him and Aaron Rodgers can go to
Yep, they
Go to
need a whole
Cabo
games and
afterwards.
just fuck off.
yeah.
Go on a nice shroom trip
Yep,
together.
they need to go do
Yeah.
some ayahuasca and figure it out together because that's where they're headed.
Yeah, I am taking the Ravens. I'm not feeling good about it just for those reasons. Tom Brady is still Tom Brady.
I will say, I feel like a short week favors the running team.
I agree.
Because you don't have to do intricate shit on the running game. If
Mhm.
you have a good running game, I feel like you should beat the Thursday night
We'll
favorites.
say our defense has tightened up a lot since Miami.
Yeah, we
Miami, that
expose
fourth
some
quarter,
flaws. Expose some
we look
flaws.
so bad on paper because of that one quarter.
Mhm.
And then if you take that quarter away, we're pretty good.
Not bad, yeah, but there's a really bad fourth quarter. I loved it. I had a lot of fun.
And a short week kind of benefits a healthier team. I'm
Yep.
not sure the Ravens.
I don't know their injury set up, but I know the Bucks
yeah.
are beat up a little bit.
We're getting healthier right now. We're getting healthy at the right time.
About time, yes. I
And
need you guys to start.
David Ojabo might be coming back this week. He's practicing.
That's the,
I loved
Michigan
that
edge
draft
rusher,
pick.
right?
He was a
Michigan
top five consensus pick, went in the second round. I fucking
Yes, sir.
loved your guys' draft.
So
I
if
loved
he
it.
comes back next week, watch out. We have an edge rusher
Yep.
finally.
Yeah.
Thanks, Owe. You're shit.
Shit.
Gosh.
You know he's listening. That's gonna hurt his feelings.
I don't
Sorry,
care if
Owe.
you can run a 4.3. If there's someone standing in front of you, get past him. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, just come on. I will say, speaking of 40 times, I was pretty proud of my 40 time in Miami.
Ooh.
4.8. I was like, that's not
4.8.
terrible.
I'll say,
You're-
who
man,
was
someone
that
most
guy?
like-
I don't run a whole lot, but I was 4.8.
That's a tight end speed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, come on. I was pretty proud. I think it was like a 32-inch vertical. Not terrible. It was good. It was a good time. It's a good time.
When you enter into the draft?
Anytime.
Okay.
I'm 26. I'm an old 26. I'll be 27 in January. I got some time left. You
Yeah.
can get me on a rookie deal and then let me
You got
go.
a couple of years of college
Couple
eligibility
years.
left. Boost that draft stock.
That's right. Be a second rounder. Why not?
A second rounder. No problem.
No problem. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the Denver Broncos in fucking prime time. Because why not? Because why not? We haven't had enough of the Denver Broncos in prime time. They play at 8:30 in the morning. I will be sleeping through that game if Isaias will let me. Denver against Jacksonville. Jacksonville's the home team. They're 3-point favorites. Addison is on Jacksonville. Bobby is on Jacksonville. And I am on Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville came so close to beating the Giants, and that's a tough game. I mean, Jacksonville is probably a couple years away from moving to London. Shad Khan wants to move them. The fans that support in Jacksonville is nothing
Which
special.
is ridiculous.
It's absurd. Nobody want to go there.
Can you imagine that kind of home field
Oh, my
advantage
God.
or disadvantage?
Or disadvantage, right?
Like you gotta leave every other week too.
Exactly. That sucks, man. You're gonna have so much fucking jet lag.
I would hate that.
Ugh. But give me Jacksonville minus the 3 points. I like them to win this one.
Yeah.
Sage, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm also rolling with Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville can score 16 points, and that's what you need to beat the Broncos. That's really all it comes down to for me. It doesn't matter if Russell Wilson's in, Brett Rippon in, bring Tebow back.
Yeah,
I don't care. I'm not worried about it. So, and ETN, he's gonna go off. He's gonna go off the rest of the season.
He's now the bell cow back. Yeah.
Bell cow back.
Hey, that works out for both of us.
Thank God.
That works out for
It
both
only
of
took
us.
7 weeks for him to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Colin.
I'm torn on this one
Yeah.
That's a hard one.
It's a hard one.
because it's just two absolute shitters.
Just two real dog shit teams, both battling to make our bottom five.
And we don't know injury. We don't know if Russ is going to be playing or not yet. So it's just.
That's
I
the
mean, it doesn't
disadvantage.
really change my opinion.
It doesn't change your offense a whole lot, apparently.
But when it comes to coaching, though,
Right.
I would take Peterson over
Hackett,
who
might get fired.
Right, but the Broncos' defense is pretty
Is
elite.
better than Jacksonville.
Lawrence is, susceptible to.
Jacksonville's also
turnover
used
a
to
bit.
these London games.
Yeah, they are. That's the benefit I give
I
them.
think they are the most played London
They are.
team.
They've played every single year.
Every
There's
year.
been a game
Which
in
is
London.
why I think the rumors began about them actually just moving there in general.
I think Shad Khan is all for moving them there.
But if you're Lawrence, how do you not throw that ball into the end zone?
Right, how are you throwing it short? Hey, I
At least
love
hit him
the
in
Christian
stride,
Kirk numbers.
You know?
I wanted the Christian Kirk numbers for fantasy, but yeah, you gotta put that ball
Like
in the
his
end zone.
back to the end zone, there's no way he's getting the
No,
drive. to
no
go
way.
down.
No, the dude right on him.
That was tough. I think I gotta go Jags as well, just because of how bad Denver. If anything, I'm just betting on the under
Yeah.
and just sleeping through it.
And just with a smile.
Yeah.
Gracefully
Yeah,
sleeping through
Wake
that.
up, check my account,
It was
make
boring
money.
13 to 9
Moving
game
on.
all day.
Yeah, no kidding. God. All right, let's go ahead and move along to the noon game, and I have them in order. I just wrote Miami at Detroit. We'll just go ahead and talk about that one right now.
All right.
Miami is favored. It depends on when you looked. Right now, I got Miami at -3. I think Addison actually got Miami at -2.5 was the most. No, -3.5. So -3, -3.5 is what it is right now. Either way, it feels a push. I'll go last. We all know.
All right,
I'm
yeah.
taking it.
I'll start then.
Yeah.
I got the Dolphins. And I don't think it's going to be that close. If Swift's out yet again, and they're shutting Jamal Williams down, he had a good 2 weeks, but nothing's happened since. And this is a good get-right game for the Dolphins, I think.
Get the offense.
You want to get that offense working? Play the Lions.
Play Detroit.
Because then you can put up 30, feel good, and then whoever you got next week,
Bears.
whoop,
Just keep rolling.
dead.
Oh, so you guys have the Cowboys schedule basically. Lions and Bears.
Lions and Bears. There you go. I want
No.
to follow exactly how you guys did it.
That's awesome. No, yeah, so I think the Lions have a get-right game this week. I think they put up Lions. Sorry, it's hard to take that out of my bones.
I
I've
know.
been
You're
rooting
such a
for them all
Lions
year.
fan. Such a
I
Lions
know. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been talking about the Seahawks all year.
fan. Right. Mhm, sure.
Seahawks, 7 seed.
7
Yeah.
seed. Maybe win their
Check
division.
shape.
I don't know.
They
They
might
might,
division. That'd be a 4 seed.
they might take that. No, 3 seed. Whoever wins the South is getting that 4.
True.
Tampa Bay is leading the South at 3-4. Right?
Yeah, that's
Yikes.
That's tough.
Carolina's 1 game out.
They're right there.
They're right there.
Yeah.
Dolphins.
Yep. Colin, who you got?
So I would be more intrigued to maybe dabble Lions if it was the 3.5.
Uh-huh.
That's a number you like. You like the
Right.
hook
The hook.
there.
I've got them. I've got it -3 written here, so that's what I'm rolling with.
Regardless, if it was 3. I like it more if it was
Yeah,
a 3.5.
more
But
interesting.
I don't like it in general right now. I do like a different betting edge to that game
Oh, I guess we'll talk about
that
that.
we
in your
might see
locks.
later.
Okay.
But for this pick, I like Miami. They're 4-0 whenever Tua starts and finishes.
Yep. So let's just hope he
That's all
starts
I
and
need to
finishes. Yeah, 4 when he starts and finishes. He needs to keep getting. Tua, please stop lowering your shoulder and running into defenders. Just slide.
We don't
Like-
need to prove anything.
No, we all know you're fucking tough. Listen, you want to run through guys. You don't have the body to run through guys.
We're through that wall.
Yeah, he's running through the wall, and the wall's hitting him back, and I don't love it. Just slide,
There's got to
please.
be a little whiplash in that exchange.
I know.
Just
It's
the
like, just
slightest
quit
bit.
it, dude. Just slide. No one's question. The problem is he's such a competitor in a non-competitor's body.
He is a little small fella.
He's 6'1". I don't know what his weight is, but he's not built to run through dudes
Little
like
short
Josh
fucker.
Allen. Yeah, a little short fucker.
Shout out June.
Shout out Jim, little short fucker. All right, that's 3 straight clean sweeps.
That's wild.
Yeah, we might have to switch this up.
That's interesting. We've never had that happen before.
What,
We might have some
0-3?
differences in this one. We've been on 3 will cry. So would you. Next up, we got Carolina at Atlanta. Atlanta is 4.5 point favorites. Addison is on Carolina plus the 4.5 points. Bobby is, let me pull up his real fast. Bobby is on the Panthers as well, plus the 4.5 points. I don't love either one of them, honestly. I'm going to take the home team. I'm going to take Atlanta. I'll be different here and break up a clean sweep odds. I don't know who you guys are going with, but I'm gonna go with Atlanta -4.5. 6-1 against the spread speaks to me a little bit. Carolina, I think they had they didn't have it the week after Rule got fired, but you always have that one juice game after you have a big change of things.
Mm-hmm.
They just traded McCaffrey. They're tearing down the team. You get a little bit of juice from that, and everyone's like, "Fuck you, we're good. We're gonna be good." They're not good. They don't have the players to be good. I'm going with Atlanta to win this one by a touchdown. Sage, what you got?
Yeah, this is hard just because of how Atlanta's offense is built. Really scares me.
Yeah.
They were down the entire time last week and threw 13 passes. The entire time.
That's crazy.
So when you're running 40 times a game between Caleb Huntley, something like that.
Joe Hubbard is the Panthers running back.
No, the Falcons.
Oh, Falcons running back. Sorry.
And Tyler Algier and Caleb Huntley or something.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything on the ground either. I mean, they're trying, but when you know what's going to happen the entire time, the Panthers have a good defense.
They do.
Regardless if they're a good team or not, they have a good defense.
Yeah,
they're going to shut that down. I got the Panthers.
Mm-hmm. I like it. Colin, who you got in this one?
My first instinct goes Carolina, and that could be like an overreaction to what I just saw this last weekend.
It's hard to forget that.
Oh, it's such a shitter game.
It really is.
Yeah.
I tend to err on the side of home teams in division matchups. Is kind of what led me to Atlanta too.
I do like home teams in the division, but 4.5 seems like a lot for two teams that are oddly similar.
Yeah, very similar.
So I'll take the points and I'll let you go on your own there.
All right. I like that.
All right.
I like that. I like my odds on my own. Next up, we've got the rivalry game of the week. The Chicago Bears coming off of a huge win against Bill Belichick. Just absolutely, forcing Bill Belichick into a quarterback exchange just like that. Outrageous. Opal, that's a killer outrageous take. We'll talk about that. But the Bears with a huge win, honestly, a super impressive win in New England, ruining the night for Bill Belichick, who needed to win to pass George Halas. Did not get it done. Yeah, sorry about it. Happening.
Ben not break.
Yep, they said you are not breaking his record on our watch, pal. But they are traveling to a Dallas team that does not give up points. They just don't. And they have their quarterback back, who knocked off a little bit of rust this week against Detroit. Dallas is favored by 9.5 points. I've got Addison's pick, and it's not going to be a hard one to discuss. Obviously, we all know who he's taking. He's taking the Bears and the points. Bobby is taking the Cowboys minus the 9.5.
Yeah.
So we've got Addison on the Bears and Bobby on Dallas so far. I am on Dallas minus 9.5. I like Dallas to win this one 24-10. I think they win by a couple scores here. I think Dallas is obviously my top 5 for a reason, and I think that they win this one at home for sure. Sage, what you got?
Yeah, I'm taking the Cowboys all day. And I honestly don't think the Bears are even going to score a touchdown.
I know, it might be tough. They're a very strong running team, but the Cowboys stop running backs.
Exactly.
They don't let you run on them.
They stop running backs, and then, who are you going to throw to?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about it. I'm so not worried about it. I'll put money on this game easily.
Yeah. I think that the line will drop because people are going to ride that high off the Bears winning the Patriots, which I love, by the way.
That's
Addison.
perfect.
Love it that they beat the Patriots. But I think the Patriots fucking stink.
I think everybody was rooting for the Bears.
Everyone was rooting for the Bears. But I think the Patriots are a bad team. I said at the beginning of the year. I'll say it again now. I think they're a bad team. So I think people are going to ride the high on that. So I'm hoping that line continues to drop so I can hammer the Cowboys.
Cowboys going to win like 3-23.
Yeah.
Bob was on Dallas as well.
Yeah, Bob was on Dallas as well.
So last week, I never liked picking
Never
Dallas
picks
when
the
it was
Cowboys.
money line. And last week I threw in the locks, Dallas -7. I was that confident last week against the Lions.
Yep.
This week, I'm taking the Bears and the points.
Really?
Because at worst, they either win big or I get a pick. So I'll play the ultimate hedge. I'll be a sucker.
The ultimate hedge every
I'll
time.
keep my cards held close.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so
I'll
a good
take the
split
Bears.
on this one. 3-2 on this one. Starting to get a little more clarity.
What we saw last week, Dak could have thrown 2 pick sixes easily that both got incompleted. Noah Brown did fumble inside the 5 for Dallas. That took away a potential score before half. But then Detroit fumbled on like a 1. That could have given them the lead. 9.5 seems like a lot right now.
It's a lot of points. We got
Still
a couple
knocking
of
the
big
rust
spreads.
off.
We got a lot of big spreads this week.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Arizona traveling to Minnesota. Minnesota's minus 3.5 point favorites at home against an Arizona team coming off of a decent win against the Saints team that's dog shit. But DeAndre Hopkins is back, and that makes me want to take Arizona on the road plus the 3.5 points. I think they lose, but I think that they lose by 3. So that's why I like the 3.5. I like the plus 3.5 hook on that one. Addison is on Minnesota minus 3.5. And let me see where Bobby is here really fast. Bobby's on Arizona plus 3.5 with me. So me and Bobby on Arizona. Addison on Minnesota. Sage, what you got?
I'm taking Minnesota. I have not seen enough from the Cardinals.
Yeah.
They played the Saints last week. They're in your bottom 5 teams, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Come on now.
Deservedly in my bottom 5 team.
But also, when DeAndre Hopkins comes back in, who else do they have to throw to? Rondale Moore, right?
Yep.
Rondale Moore, I don't know if you know, he's like, what, 5'10",
Little boy.
5'9"?
He's a little fucker.
They have him playing the perimeter.
I hate that.
And
They do have Robbie Anderson now, right?
True, Robbie
they do have
Anderson's
Robbie
there.
Anderson.
Yep.
Not saying he's the most electrifying player.
Nothing special.
Maybe Rondale Moore gets back into the
Back in
slot,
the slot,
which is where he should be.
He's a slot receiver.
He should be there. But I just don't think Cliff Kingsbury is using his players in the right way. He has this air raid offense, which is a great idea at times, but I don't think it's the right way to attack the specific defense.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. Colin, deciding pick. Who you got?
At Minnesota,
At Minnesota minus 3.5.
3.5.
Hate the hook.
I like Minnesota in this game
Yeah.
as well. Coming off the bye, they've had 2 weeks to prepare,
True.
get healthy, get right.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a
R&R.
good matchup. I think it's gonna be high scoring.
Yeah, thankfully, the other team has a little mini bye because they play Thursday.
Right.
So
that's true.
Arizona's got 10 days off
Yeah.
before, so it's gonna be 2 well-rested teams. So
I wish last night I took taken a few notes and I didn't email them to myself from my laptop, so those notes are useless today.
Yes.
I do think I saw the over has hit in like 4 or 5 straight games between those two.
oh wow, okay. So
And
it's
last
over
year,
there.
I think Minnesota's won 3 of the last 4, and last year was their one loss, and it was a chip shot field goal to win it, and they lost 34-33 because they missed a field goal under 40 yards. That let Arizona get to 7-0. I think it was week 2, week 3, but they allowed them to continue their unbeaten streak.
Yeah.
To start there. So Minnesota should have won last year as
Yeah,
well.
they should have. Yeah.
But-
I think it's gonna be a good game. I think that could be like a sneaky decent game on Sunday.
That might be one of the better noon games.
Yeah,
based
there's not
on
a
what
ton
we've
of
heard
noon
so
games.
far.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a real barn burner coming up next here. We've got Las Vegas traveling to New Orleans. 2 really bad teams. Las Vegas is -2 as of right now, as of my most recent spreads. Let's see here.
He gets -2.
Yeah, Vegas is favored, and Bobby got Vegas at -1.5. So -1.5 to -2 is the range. Either way, it doesn't really change it a whole lot for me.
Mm-hmm.
Addison and Bobby are both on Vegas. I'm on Vegas. I hate the Saints. Saints suck. That's all I have to say about that. Sage, what you got?
I have more faith in the Saints than you do, but
Okay.
I'm also going Raiders.
Also going Raiders.
The Raiders, they put up 30 points straight in 3 straight weeks.
Uh-huh.
They're getting their shit together. Their defense is kind of tightening up. Their offense is figuring it out. They're the only team to score over 30 points on the Broncos defense, which we know is legit.
Yeah.
And they're putting up points, and I don't think the Saints can, at least not until late. You know, so I'm taking the Raiders on this.
Colin, what you got?
I think we got ourselves another clean
Another
sweep.
clean sweep. I mean, it just feels right. It just feels right.
I just see a little more. Both offenses are prolific.
Mm-hmm.
Both defenses seem to not exist.
Yeah.
I just think the Raiders can take care of the ball a little bit better than Andy Dalton has shown.
Yes, I agree.
But
I agree.
the
Is
Red
Michael Thomas still out too?
probably.
so.
Jesus.
Oh, did you see Keenan Allen finally played last week?
Yeah, he had like a catch. Welcome
I saw
back,
he was-
dickhead.
He was great to fantasy owners. He's like, I'm going to test it pregame, and I'll let you know when it's too late to not start me.
It's like you played at 3:00, pal. I gotta know this by noon.
Yeah.
And of course, I had Tyler Boyd on my bench, who went nuts. Thankfully,
Oh, I
Christian
love
Kirk and Curtis Samuel did okay, and Waddle was fine. So I was okay. And Austin Eckler, what a fucking stud he has been, dude.
Check down,
He's on
check
pace
down,
for
check down,
116 catches, which would be the NFL running back record by like 30.
I think they just put the number 1 corner on Austin.
They should. They
They
should.
honestly
Well,
should.
but with Keenan Allen back, he might have taken some of those looks. So I don't know.
Well, until he
Eckler's
runs
just
10
a
yards and
PPR.
blows the hand.
God, I know. What a fucker. He's just sitting
Remember
there
when Eckler was the backup for like a year and a half?
behind who did they have?
Melvin
Gordon. That's
yeah.
what they drafted him in the first round, right?
Yeah.
All right, next up, we've got a one that kind of surprises me here. We're gonna probably clean sweep it, I bet. New England traveling to the Jets. New England's -1.5 points. New England is favorited. These are as of an hour ago, and after what they saw last night, they're like, yeah, let's give New England the favorites here, and they have to give 3 points to the Jets for being the home team. So they're really saying New England's by 4.5. That's crazy. I can't believe that when I saw that. I was like, there's no way they're favorited over the 5-2 Jets, even though Breece Hall's out. Like, Running backs are a dime a dozen.
There.
They really are.
And Michael Carter was never playing
Not
bad.
bad. No. Not like he deserved to get benched.
James Robinson's there now.
Yes, and he may not be a huge factor yet.
Yeah.
But I hope he'll have a package like McCaffrey did.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
He'll
you
still
got to
get
assume teams run, similar enough play to where, inside zone.
Right.
Right.
Hey, 46. You're running between the tackle and the guard. It's pretty simple, basic terminology here.
So I assume they plug him in, but maybe not, full-time reps, first-team reps. But
Agreed.
We'll get 20 snaps.
Addison and Bobby are both on the Jets, plus the 1.5 points. And I think I said it last week. I don't know. I don't remember if I took the Jets or not. Did I take the Jets last week? I did. I took the Jets last week as favorites, as 1.5 point underdogs.
I think we clean swept
We did.
the Jets.
And
We made a comment about how we never thought we would clean
Sweep
sweep
the Jets. And we might do it again because I'm on the Jets plus 1.5 at home. Even without Brees Hall, I want to be different and take the Patriots, but after what I saw last night, I'm not impressed with them.
Yeah.
David Andrews was knocked out hurt, so they're going to be probably without their center for this week.
Is he the guy who got blindsided?
Yeah, blindside block. They ejected that D
There
tackle.
was so much weight on that play.
Oh my God. Yeah, they ejected that D tackle for that, which seems a little harsh to me, but whatever. I mean, it was over anyways, and he got hurt. I think the fact that he got hurt is what was like, yeah, okay, you're done. But give me the Jets at home as underdogs in this one. Home division dogs. Say it every week. Give me the Jets. Say what you got.
I gotta go to the Jets.
Yeah, you
Gotta go to the Jets.
man.
Their defense is just, they're feisty.
Mhm.
They're just such a feisty team.
Sauce Gardner's legit.
One thing that's worrying me a little bit is just Zach Wilson.
Yeah, he's not good.
He's not that good. And I don't know if they're better with Joe Flacco, but their pass
They were
protection
better.
was a lot better with Joe Flacco. Because Zach Wilson loves to hold on to that ball,
Yes, he does.
and he loves to try to make plays, and they don't always work. So as long as Zach Wilson doesn't throw 2 picks,
Mhm.
I think they win this game.
I agree. As long as he doesn't turn the ball over. Although I will say Belichick, just sometimes I feel like the Jets are a team that Belichick has their number.
Yes.
Like I said earlier in the season against the Browns, I was like, this seems like a game that Belichick's going to game plan appropriately for, and they're going to win. Zach Wilson and the Jets make me think that, but they aren't leaning on him. They're leaning on the run game.
No.
So I like them to pull that
I
out.
think the Jets need to sign a 1-day contract for Bart Scott for this game.
Bring him back. That'd be
Bring him
awesome to
back.
see his ass get lit up. Colin, what you got in this one? We clean sweeping the Jets again?
We are not.
Attaboy.
Ooh.
I like it.
I think we're going to see Zach Wilson seeing some ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Sam Darnold.
Yes.
It's a Jets
Shout out
fan.
NFL, miking up him to say that.
That was awesome. Love that.
Like you said, it's just one of those teams. No wonder how bad Belichick's team is and how good the other team is. He just seems like this is going to be like a 28-10 Patriot win.
Yeah.
Somehow they're just going to blow him out of the water. And we're all going to be like, it's the same old Jets.
So you have same old Jets and same old Patriots. They're going to figure it out. I do like Belichick coming off of a loss to figure it out. If any coach in the NFL is proven to be
All
able
of
to
an
do
embarrassing primetime loss.
prime
too.
time where the whole world was rooting against him and he had a chance to get a record, he got embarrassed.
Yep.
All the Jets are
Very
riding
embarrassed.
real high. Their
Jets
D
are-
line is awesome. Sauce Gardner, 9 targets when he was the closest defender,
What, 3
8 yards.
Yeah, 8 yards. Yeah.
He's insane. He's a hit.
really
He
good.
does get a
man.
lot. He does get away with a lot.
A lot of holding penalties
But-
that aren't given. Yep.
If they're not calling them, then
Then play on.
They
Yep.
ain't penalties.
Exactly.
So.
They don't throw the flag.
Defensive Rookie of the Year?
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah?
As of right now, I think.
I'm trying to think who else is up there.
Not Aiden Hutchinson, not Kayvon Thibodeau.
I think
probably.
Tariq Woolen is really
Tariq Woolen has
he's
been
doing it.
awesome. He's been awesome,
But I
man.
think maybe just name
Yeah, name recognition
Yeah.
for Sauce Gardner
Yeah.
probably gives it to him right now.
New York market.
Yeah,
Agreed.
yeah, underneath the bright lights. Yeah, I don't love that they got him. He's really good. Moving on, we've got one here. It's going to be a blowout. If we were picking money line, we would sweep, but with the points, it'll be interesting. Pittsburgh traveling to the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Philadelphia is 11-point favorites in this one. Pittsburgh coming off a tough loss in Miami. Sorry, Greg, you guys stink. Let's see, Addison is on Pittsburgh with the points. He was on Pittsburgh. He was on Pittsburgh with the points last week, and it worked out. They covered the 7.5, which was good for them. Whatever, yeah.
Mhm.
So Addison's on them here. I'm trying to see who Bobby's got. Who are they playing? I forgot Eagles. Where are they at? Bobby's got Eagles minus 10.5. So close 10.5, 11 points there. I am also going to be on Philly in this one. I'd say Pittsburgh is bad. They're my bottom 5 teams. 11 points is a lot of points in the NFL, and I feel like with these big spreads, they don't often hit. It's really hard to outscore a team by that bad. I think the last big spread I took was against Pittsburgh, and it was the Bucks minus the 10.5, and they outright lost. But I think Philadelphia is better than the Buccaneers, and it's in Philadelphia, and Kenny Pickett throws 3 interceptions a game, apparently. That's his deal. Give me Philadelphia to blow them out of the fucking water in a beating. Say what you got. I'm sure you'll love to pick this one.
I love to pick against the Steelers,
Yep.
and I'm picking the Eagles,
Yep.
1,000%. I think Kenny's gonna throw another 2-3 picks.
Pick the ball off.
Kenny only throws Pickett's.
Yep, he only throws Pickett off.
Yeah.
He throws Pickett.
It's my guy. No, but I think as soon as the Eagles are gonna get a lead, they're gonna keep it.
Yes.
They have the running game to keep it. Jalen Hurts is gonna go for another 2 rushing touchdowns because
Always does.
they get to the 2-yard line, forget Miles Sanders and Boston Scott exists.
Yeah, and it's all Hurts.
Yeah, unless they throw it to Kenneth Gainwell. It's really annoying when they get inside the 10-yard line. I fucking hate having AJ Brown. But but here we are.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going Eagles. They're gonna smash them.
Colin, what you got in here?
So opposite of Sage, I love picking against the Eagles.
Yeah,
Of course you do. It makes sense.
But
What's up? But
I'm not that dumb.
oh,
11's a lot. If Kenny Pickett's throwing 2-3 picks against every other team, good luck with Slay and
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. A very good set of corners,
Gardner Johnson's showing out this year too. Philadelphia, man, they're riding on an absolute high. That
and they have the
is.
top 4 picks. They have the Saints' first-round pick.
Ooh.
Who do they? Oh, is that for?
I don't remember who it was for, but they have their
I think they
first-round
got
pick.
Gardner Johnson in that trade. He came from New Orleans as well.
Yeah, but then with New Orleans, that's Philly's first-round pick.
No, they wouldn't trade it first for.
Not
No,
anymore.
Gardner's
I don't know
not-
how they have the Saints first pick, but they do. Couldn't tell you how. I'll have to look it up. How do Eagles?
Did they like
No,
swap
what
at
was
some point? It wasn't. for
Did either of
Malcolm
them trade up
Jenkins
in the
ever.
draft?
Maybe it was a trade up. Maybe it was a trade up at some point.
Who did they trade for Olave? Because the Saints traded up for Olave, didn't they?
That must have been it. They must have
That's
traded up with the
probably it.
Eagles for Olave and got it
This
first.
is working out for them pretty well.
Very well.
I'm
Let's see.
taking Eagles minus 11, minus 10.5, minus 12, minus 13.
I'll find out why they have it. They have it.
Minus 14.
Minus 25.
Taking Philly.
Yep. Tease
That
one
city
all the
is
way up.
so spoiled these last few months.
Oh my God.
Couldn't happen to a worse
Yeah.
place.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it. You know, next week's interesting is there's a
I saw
break.
this.
Yeah, there's World Series games in Philly and Houston, and then Philadelphia plays Houston on Thursday night. That's the only night where there's not a
Ooh.
World Series game. And so there's Philly Houston NFL, Philly Houston MLB again.
Oh my God.
Those two cities are just gonna be at each other's throats.
I will say I'm feeling really good about my Super Bowl picks before the season started. I had Eagles Bills.
Yeah, that looks really good right
Ooh.
now. That looks really good right now.
I'm loving it. Every week I'm loving it more.
Mine is dead because Green Bay is dead.
DED. Dead.
DED dead. I will not relax, Aaron Rodgers. Your
I don't
team's
know
bad.
who I did. Did I do Tampa or the Rams? I can't.
I'd have to look back. I
One
think you
of
did
those
Tampa. I
two.
think you had Tampa.
Both are pretty shit off.
Yeah, both are pretty bad.
I did have the Bills winning, which is my only saving grace. But
I will look forward to looking back at our projections, like for divisions.
do we
Yeah.
do records or just do standings?
Just at standings. You had Bills, Rams.
Yes.
I had Packers, Chiefs.
Rams are, their game out, right?
And then your fun one was Colts, Vikings. Not
50% again.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. We're all on
Let's
the
make
Eagles
that
there.
Bills Vikings.
Yeah,
Next
but-
up, kind of a shitter division game.
Where we at?
Tennessee at Houston. Tennessee minus 1.5 points.
Is this a noon game?
Houston. No, I think it's at 3:00. I think it's a prime time game. No, I think it's a noon game. It has to be a noon game. There's no way they put that at 3:00, right? Why would
We
they?
had such bad football the last couple of weeks.
Seriously, some terrible.
We get
games.
one good game at noon. We get one good game at 3.
They're at 3:00. Fuck.
All right.
And then the other 3:00 games are fantastic. There's actually
one
two good
decent
ones.
one.
There's two decent ones. We'll get
Okay,
into
okay.
those.
All right.
Tennessee at Houston minus 1.5. Let me see what the boys took. I want to say Bobby's on the Titans minus 1.5. Bobby is on the Titans minus 1.5.
This could be a sweep.
Yeah, it might be a sweep. And then Addison is on the. Does he have them picked? Who do they play? Titans and Texans.
Texans. Yeah.
He doesn't have anybody picked.
Is he going with Lovey?
He's going with
He's
nobody.
going for a tie.
Yeah, he's going for a tie. Addison, you going with it for a tie? What are we doing? All right, I'm not missing it, right? Nothing in there, Titans or Texans. I don't see any T's or any Houston. Nope, didn't pick them. All right, that's okay.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah, we'll come back to it. Give me Tennessee minus 1.5. I love home division dogs, but not when the home division dog is fucking Houston.
Yeah.
They're 32nd in my power rankings for a reason. Tennessee is coming off of another win. They're 4-2. They're starting to figure it out a little bit. Give me Tennessee on the road here.
Yeah.
Along with Addison. Say what you got.
Agreed. I'm taking the Titans
Well, Bobby, I should
this week.
Tycoon,
The
okay.
Titans.
Yeah, I like that.
I think I don't have any faith in them. I think they're gonna make the playoffs.
Mhm.
just like they do every year.
Every single year they're gonna win that division.
I would fucking love to play in the AFC South.
Yo,
I wish
wouldn't everybody.
That would be so great.
Or the NFC South would be good too.
Yeah, I'll take either of those.
Just any of the South divisions would be fun.
I wish I was a Southern team. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll take the Titans. Derrick Henry's rushed for 100 yards in 3 straight games. They go as he goes, and we know that. As long as Ryan Tannehill doesn't, there's a 1 in 3 chance that he throws a pick in the final 2 minutes or whatever.
Couple minutes of the game.
But I'll take those odds.
Definitely. Okay, I like that. Colin, what you got for us?
Yeah, it was disappointing. One of the free plays I gave out on Twitter was Colts plus the point, or was it a teaser? I teased them with the Giants, I believe, to get them a little from 3 to like 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan throws that pick 6. I think that was the only touchdown the Titans, unless they scored a touchdown, went for 2 and didn't get it later.
I think they scored a touchdown, went for 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew they had 19 for finish, so that stunk. I don't know how this line's only 1.5. I really don't.
Me neither.
How's
Houston's so
this not
bad.
4, 5, 6? I'm taking the Titans, and I don't think it's gonna be very close.
They only had the big 6, and it was all field goals. But yeah, Titans are still a better team over Houston. Houston sucks. So depending on what Addison does, we may have another clean sweep on our hands.
Davis Mills did have 300 yards last week.
Yeah.
He's starting to feel it, maybe.
Yeah, but when you're down by 20 points.
I don't know. This seems like a trap game too.
Yeah, I could see Houston winning it. It'd be crazy if
Who did
Houston
Houston play last week?
The Raiders.
That's
Battle
right.
of the one
That's
win
right.
team.
It was one of those 3 o'clock games that kind of.
Yep, and
No
Las
doubt.
Vegas just blew them out 21-0 in the 4th quarter. Just killed them, had pick 6.
Josh Jacobs starting to go off.
Starting to figure it out, yep.
Contract year.
Yeah, don't know
They're
what he's
really
playing
working
on.
him too. Finally.
Yeah, I
He was
know.
playing like 4th quarter snaps in preseason.
Yeah, I know.
What are we
He
doing?
plays the Hall of Fame game. You don't play a single starter in that game. You just don't.
The 1 year they don't want to play him, he's like, "Oh, I'll go off. Don't worry."
Yeah, no worries. Addison is on the Titans as well with us. We got a clean sweep.
All right.
I like it. So let's go ahead and move along. Washington, next 3 o'clock game. Commanders at Colts. Colts going with Sam Ellinger. They said Matt Ryan is hurt, but they said regardless of injury, it's Sam Ellinger. Like Ellinger's the quarterback for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Washington, if they play Heineke, if Heineke's the quarterback, I like Washington plus the points. I don't know who the quarterback is. That's the issue with doing these picks early, which we
I do
accept
think they
that.
put Wentz on IR, so I think he's.
Oh, okay, so it is. Okay, so it will be him. Bobby's got the Colts Addison's got the Colts minus the 3, and I'm sure Bobby does too. Let's see, Bobby has Commanders plus 3. Bobby going with the hedge. I like that. I took the Commanders last week and I was rewarded. Taking the Commanders again this week, and we'll see if I'm rewarded with another.
Doubling down.
I'm doubling down Washington, baby.
All right.
I didn't have them in my bottom 5 teams. I'm keeping them out of it. Put them in here.
All right.
Sage, what you got?
Yeah, I think the funniest thing about this matchup is that both quarterbacks that were traded for are not playing,
Yeah.
which is hilarious. Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, they're not even in this. We've got Sam Ellinger versus Taylor Heineke?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go with the Commanders. I think Ellinger's just going to make too many mistakes. We've barely seen him play, and Commanders at least have some semblance of a team, where the Colts, either they beat the Chiefs or they look terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
And
No
I'm
kidding.
not betting on a week where they play like they beat the Chiefs.
No. Colin, what you got here?
I'm gonna go Commanders as well with the 3.
Yeah.
The one redeeming quality of the Commanders defense is their front 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they can stop the run, make Sammy Heisman have to throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And I also give the coaching advantage to Rivera. It's funny, we talked about coaching on the hot seat, and now Commanders are 2-0 since our pod.
Yeah, since we said that.
So
Yeah.
Ron Rivera must have been tapping
He was
in.
listening. He knew.
You
Like,
fuckers think I
shit.
should be fired.
Okay, fired. I don't fucking think so.
Yeah.
Sage, I missed it. I'm sorry. I was responding to someone. Who'd you have? Washington?
Commanders, yeah.
Commanders. Okay, so we got 4 on the Commanders and then Addison on his own with the Colts. Okay. Next up, this one could be a good 3 o'clock game. We've got San Francisco traveling to the Rams. San Francisco is 1.5 point favorites. Don't the Rams struggle with them in the regular season? I want to say there's like some.
Shanahan owns McVay in the regular season.
Interesting. Let me see.
I actually don't think he's ever lost to him in the regular season. That could be wrong.
Might be 6-0.
I think he's 6-0 or maybe 5-1 at worst.
Wow.
Either he's never lost or he's lost once.
I don't think he's ever lost because they were making a big deal about it in the playoffs last year.
That's right.
Yeah.
Interesting. And it's 1.5 points. Rams are home division dogs. Give me
But
the Rams.
But what percentage of people in LA are going to be?
Oh, it's going to be a San Francisco home
red
game.
and gold.
It's
Yeah.
going to be a San
Francisco
Francisco
home
home game,
Yeah.
definitely. But I'm riding with the Rams plus 1.5. They've been pretty disrespected because they've been pretty shitty. Hopefully they have a bounce back game. They're coming off a bye. No excuse not to be healthy and ready to go. They tried to trade away Cam Akers. They tried to get CMC, didn't get him. They got told no. I hope that they're pissed off and they come out ready to play. I would love San Francisco's first round pick to continue.
You know, show CMC why they should have.
Why he should have come to the Rams.
Yeah.
Yep, I hope so. But go and give me the Rams and the points at home. I like that. Sage, what you got? Addison and Bobby are both on the Niners.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll with them.
Yeah,
I got the 49ers too. The Rams have shown me nothing this
No,
year.
they've been bad.
They've shown me Cooper Kupp. They showed me a lot of Cooper Kupp, and I know what Cooper Kupp can do.
Yep.
But you guys went and
Anything
got Allen Robinson for nothing.
Yeah.
You guys have Cam Akers coming back for nothing. You guys, I love Tyler Higbee. He's a bright spot.
He's solid. I like him.
That's about it. Like I have no faith.
Colin, what you got?
I'm also rolling with the Niners.
Niners. Yeah, it just makes sense.
There are a lot of home division dogs this week, so normally that is profitable to take the home division dog.
Mhm.
But like we said, from what we've seen from both teams, it seems like one's going up and one's
Yeah.
steadily going down.
Steadily
just
going
slightly.
down. If the Rams sold their soul for their Super Bowl, I would do the same thing. I would very happily take a Super
They
Bowl
got
for
one.
several years of mediocrity.
You suck now. That's cool. You
Yep.
did win the bowl.
We got the Super Bowl. It's all that matters.
It's like what's going on with the Lakers right now in the NBA. They got their one bubble ring,
And now they suck.
and now they suck.
It doesn't even count.
And it doesn't even count.
Yeah,
Mickey Mouse.
speaking of NBA, we will eventually start to talk NBA. We're not quite there yet because we're all in on football and baseball's wrapping up. But with baseball wrapping up, we'll start needing to discuss something
Looking
else.
like a good season
And we're gonna-
already.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a good one for NBA. I'm excited. We'll do power rankings and our division standings and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
That'll be the next episode probably. So stay tuned for that if you're an NBA fan. Next up, our last 3 o'clock game for the day is the Giants traveling to Seattle. Seattle is 3-point favorites at home. They're essentially calling this a pick'em. This is a surprisingly good game. I think if you asked us at the beginning of the year what we thought about this game, we're like, it's going to be a shitter.
Game of the week.
Maybe game of the week. Honest to God, it could be. This is going to be a tough one to pick. Giants getting 3 at being 6-1 makes me want to take them. I feel like that's what they want you to do.
Mm-hmm.
3 points on the road, better record. Seahawks look good. This one's tough. Bobby's on the Giants +3. I'll have to see what Addison's got, but I'm going to be on the Giants plus the 3
Who's on the
points.
team?
Seattle.
Okay.
So they're giving Seattle 3 points at home, -3.
Yeah.
Let me just double check Addison's pick here. Addison is on Giants +3 as well. So me, Addison, and Bobby are all on the Giants +3. I have a feeling I know where Sage is going because his third favorite team is playing in this game.
It's true.
Sage, who you got?
I'm rolling with the 12th man.
Damn right you are.
There we go. I think Geno Smith is going to have a game. He's
been
going to have
balling,
a
man.
game. And the Giants are going to come back to earth. The Giants they're winning these ugly ones, but Seattle knows how to play ugly. The NFC West, they play ugly too. And I really think Geno Smith, he's going to throw the ball all around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
I agree.
that hurt. Okay, yeah. Anyways, I got a lot of faith in the Seahawks. I think they're rolling just a little hotter than the Giants. The Giants are squeaking them by. The Seattle Seahawks are taking care of business.
I like that. Colin, who you got? Giants at Seattle.
3 words. Geno revenge game. You want to draft me early, Giants? You want to bench me? You want to put me in for Eli and then cut me?
He was on the Giants. He was on the Jets.
Jets.
Gino's drafted
He
by
was-
the Jets.
He drafted the Jets.
Okay.
But he went to the
He
Giants.
plays for the Giants.
Okay,
I
okay.
forget all that.
Drafted by the Jets.
He was
the first
so
time.
ass
He
his
was
first
so bad.
5 years in the league.
He was so
First
bad.
forever.
His
He's
first,
been bad
up until
until
this
this year.
I was ready to just run the Jets.
Yeah, Jets first
I
round.
knew he was one of those shitty New York
He was the only quarterback taken in the first round of 2013 draft.
He's actually like one of only like 2 players to still be playing from
Yeah,
that
still
draft.
playing from that draft. There's a really bad draft
Oh,
year.
that was the.
Deion Jordan at 3 pick for us. Ugly draft
God.
year.
That wasn't Taco Charlie.
Oh, I think we picked up Matt Elam that year.
Yeah.
Gross.
Weird draft. Terrible draft.
13. That might have been Frederick. Was that like Manziel time? No, because Manziel was in the first round as well.
Yeah, he was 21st
So-
overall.
Either way, Geno revenge game.
So you're going Seattle.
I'm going Seattle.
Okay, I like that. A good split here. We got 3 and 2. Good.
He ain't writing back.
It's
Not
gonna
for the
be
Giants.
It's just going to be a run the ball fest.
Yeah, it will.
Who can stop
Kenneth
each other?
Walker looking
Stud.
good.
Oh
Stud.
my
Stud.
God.
Looking good. He looks like a little bit of a Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
Can't catch the ball that well. It's fine.
Just your pound
Just
fucking rock.
fucking- He'll get a 70-yard rush every week.
Just gonna
He
take
was a
off.
hoss at Michigan State, man.
He was
the
so
only
good.
reason they beat Michigan.
Yeah.
Was it last year or the year before? I can't remember.
Year before last.
He had like 4 touchdowns and like 2 of them were 70-plus yards.
Yeah,
It
he was
good job.
awesome. He was
Man,
people talked about him as a first round pick this last draft. No one
Almost.
took him, but he was really good. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the Sunday night football game. We've got Green Bay traveling to Buffalo. Buffalo coming off of a bye. They're going to be well rested. They are 11.5-point favorites. That is a lot of points. And Green Bay just lost to Washington. They just lost to the Jets. They're completely in disarray right now, it seems like. Bobby is on Buffalo. I'm going to look at Addison's, but I'm confident he's on Buffalo. Addison's on the Packers. He took him plus 10.5. So if it's Packers plus, it depends. We've got plus 10.5, plus 11.5.
The spread was 8 or 12.
It's huge spread. But Addison is on the Packers in this one on the road. I think Buffalo is obviously the better team. If this was money line, it'd be a clean sweep. But 11.5 points per this is a shit ton of points. And I didn't think Rodgers would lose to Washington coming off loss to the Jets. Like, no way is he going to get embarrassed again. Got fucking embarrassed again. Buffalo's coming off a bye. Best team in the NFL right now. Give me Buffalo minus 20. I don't care. They're the better team. Bobby's on Buffalo. I'm on Buffalo. Addison's on Green Bay. Sage, what you got?
I'm also taking Buffalo. I can't not because the Packers haven't shown me enough offense.
Yeah,
I mean,
if
you can't beat the Commanders, and then honestly, the Jets, they wouldn't have passed this with the Jets.
Yeah, no.
You know, so I got all the faith in the world in Buffalo, especially after a bye.
Yeah, coming off a bye.
They're gonna watch the Packers just get mollywopped by the Commanders,
beat up,
and then they're like, oh, these clowns are coming to town.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not happening. No. The Packers are gonna get pounded to the ground.
Yeah. Colin, what you got?
Yeah, up until that Aaron Jones touchdown catch, like 3 minutes left in the game, the Packers had 7 offensive points. They had a pick 6 on defense to get them to 14. But
My God, man.
I don't know what's wrong. I don't know if it's the line. I don't know if it's the young receivers.
Bakhtiari didn't play.
I don't know if it's just Rodgers, being
Father Time comes for
Is
everybody.
this his last year?
Probably.
That's what we've heard.
Unless they
He
promise
gets all
him
this guaranteed
something
contract.
Yeah.
Promise him something.
I don't know what
They promised him $50 million a year.
True. He's already getting
True.
everything he could ever want money-wise.
That's true. I'm taking the Bills, though. I don't see them.
Yeah.
This could be like a 40 to 14.
Yeah, this could be a blowout. This could be a game where Rodgers comes out and is like, yeah, I don't think I'm coming back. I think I'm done.
I think we're going with Jordan the rest of the year.
Yeah,
Jordan Love
maybe they
coming
make
out.
a move. I mean, Rodgers against
No
Commanders.
chance.
No chance.
No chance.
We're paying $50 million. I can't. But Rodgers against Commanders only had 150 passing yards and 2 tuds, or 190 passing yards, whatever it was. He had 194 on 35 passes. 194 and 2 touchdowns. It's like, and 2 of touchdowns were to Aaron Jones. God, I love PPR and my running backs in PPR. But yeah, they just don't stand a chance against the Bills. The Bills are just their team. I would love it if they won. I would love it if the Bills were beat by Green Bay and Buffalo, but I don't see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
All right, last game. We've got another divisional game with a home division dog. Cincinnati traveling to Cleveland. Cincinnati coming off the game where Joe Burrow did what he did 3 times last year, throwing for over 450 yards, 3 touchdowns. Again, just absolutely sliced and diced the Falcons defense. I don't even know if did AJ Terrell even play? Because if he did,
He got hurt. He got hurt first quarter.
There you go. That was a huge difference then because they couldn't cover Jamar Chase. They couldn't cover Tyler Boyd. Couldn't cover either of them. And their offense doesn't have enough points to score. The Falcons don't. But the Bengals look good. They're on the road. It's a divisional game. Bobby and Addison, Cincinnati's -3. Bobby and Addison are both on Cincinnati. I think I have to be on Cincinnati too. They're just the better team. Nick Chubb, if the Cleveland gets ahead somehow, maybe they hold on to a lead with their running team.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how Cleveland plans to stop Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon, and Joe Burrow. So go ahead and give me Cincy -3 on the road. I like that a lot. Sage, I have a feeling you might shock us with your pick, so I'm going to go ahead and have Colin jump in here.
Go for it.
Colin,
I'm taking
go.
Cincy -3 as well.
Yeah, that's such a small amount of points for a team that is significantly better than the Browns. So, Sage, who you got in this one? I'm curious.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. My name's Downtown Sage Brown for a reason.
Yeah.
Because I got to roll with the Browns
Gotta
this
roll
week.
with the Browns.
Got to roll with the Browns this week. I really think that they got something going here. And I was watching the game last week very intently. Just
they
thinking.
played the Ravens close.
They played a super
Only
close.
3-point win.
And, yeah, we only beat them by 3. We beat the Bengals by 1. That was a few weeks ago. The Bengals seems to have gotten some things figured out. But look at who they played.
Yes.
They're playing the Falcons, who only threw the ball 13 times.
Yeah, down by 17 points.
Right, and they started to catch up doing that, which is kind of wild. So I think the Bengals are just big pretenders. I have not much faith in them. Zach Taylor's, he's due for a loss.
On the hot seat.
He's due for a loss.
Yeah.
So I got the Browns coming in here. They're at home, right?
Yep. Home division dog.
Shut it down.
Home
Shut it
division
down.
dog. I will say, the Bengals, looking at it, they lost to the Ravens by 2.
Yep.
They beat the Saints only by 4 points. And the Saints had, they scored with 2 minutes left to win that game. And then they beat up on the Falcons. They haven't played anybody. It'll be a good game.
The Browns have lost all close games.
Yeah, I think they've been blown out once, maybe.
They've only lost by more than a touchdown one time.
Yeah, to the Patriots by 23. And they lost. No, they beat the Steelers by 12, but they lost the Patriots bad.
Yeah. So the Browns play all of their games close.
Yeah.
And Cade York, positive regression, will state that he's due for a game winner because he hit one game one.
You would think.
And I don't think he's a one-hit wonder. I don't think he's great, but I think he's going to hit another one this week.
I like it. Okay. So Sage going on his own here with Cleveland. I like that pick. Good job. So those are our game picks for the week. Let's go ahead and keep on the same NFL foot. We're going to move on to Colin's 3 locks of the week. Looks like he's researching now maybe a little bit. Do you need us to come back to you?
I'm just struggling finding a third game I really like. So yeah, if there's something we could segment to.
I got one.
Sage, you got your fantasy
I
sleeper
got
for
my
us?
sleeper of the week. So last week was a little rough. Wandale, I'm still riding you high this year. I still think you're going to break out, but I got to go with someone else this week because I think Woolen's on you.
Yeah, he is.
I'm
Okay,
going
what you
with
got?
Khalif Raymond.
Khalif Raymond.
Yes,
okay.
sir. On the Detroit Lions. And now this is not me being a homer.
Sure.
All right.
John.
His target share has gone steadily up all the way through last week.
Amon-Ra's hurt.
Amon-Ra's hurt.
Yep.
And even if Amon-Ra does play, Amon-Ra's going to garner all that Xavier Howard stuff.
yep.
And
Lockdown.
with Khalif Raymond getting 20%, and we assume they're going to be playing from down, and Jared Goff's not afraid to throw the ball.
No, he's not.
He doesn't do it well, but he's going to get it out
He's
there.
gonna throw it.
I think Khalif Raymond's going to end up
He's gonna throw it.
He's going to throw it. I think
Yeah,
Khalif
right.
Raymond's going to end up with some good fantasy points.
What
I'm talking
percent is he?
Khalil Shakir. He's 0.3, just like Khalil
0.3%.
Shakir was.
Oh no.
That's my lucky number, apparently.
0.3%.
0.3%
Wow.
rostered.
I love
And you know what? I'm even tempted to play him this week.
it. You should.
You know
I'm
what? I have
playing
nothing to
him.
lose. I'm 1-6.
True. No
What
offense.
am I going to do?
True. You're right. May as well send it.
You know what? That's what I'm doing right now.
Putting him in the lineup.
Khalif Raymond. Who am I benching this week?
I wish I was playing in fantasy.
Yeah, everyone wishes they were
Okay.
playing me in fantasy this
Khalif
year.
Raymond. I like
Here we
that.
go.
I'm the next best at 2 and 5 there.
I
so-
will bench Rondale Moore or Rashad Bateman.
Shot bait. No, Rondale. I don't know.
Rondale.
Rondale.
Rondale?
Yeah.
Depends on if they use
Games
Rondale in
on
the slot.
box.
I don't know if they're using the slot or not.
Ooh,
If they put him out wide, it'll be tough. But okay, I like that. Khalif Raymond. I love the 0.3% picks. That I like.
You gotta
That.
go
I like
deep.
that to be good. You do. We're gonna go ahead and move on to Colin's 3 locks of the week. Last week, live on the show, I put $20 on every one of them. All 3 bets won. This week, I'm putting $25 on all 3 of them. As he sprouts them out, I can't wait. I'm excited to make more money. Colin, lock number 1. What you got for us?
Oh, I'm nervous.
I'm not. I'm fucking so confident.
So this is not going to be a podcast lock, but it's going to be a special YouTube live lock
Ooh, okay.
for the real ones out there watching. Ravens minus 1.5
Okay.
because we're releasing this on Friday, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So Thursday night games
Won't
usually.
count. You're right. So special YouTube live.
So YouTube live, Ravens 1.5, healthier team on the road.
You know what? I'm gonna go back to my 20 per bet, and I'm gonna throw that one in there and make it a 4.
Throw the 15 on there, the extra 5 from each one.
Yep, I'm throwing 20 on all of them again. I'm doing 420s. Leave it. All right, I like that. Baltimore minus 1.5.
But first, Playbook pod lock. I'm rolling with the Monday night game, so we'll have to wait. I'm going Bengals minus the 3.
Mm-hmm.
If this number gets shot down to 2.5, I really love that. more
Love
than the
that.
3,
Yep.
But I like the number 3. That could be a push at worst.
Yep.
I don't see them losing to the Browns.
Unlikely.
Yeah.
Second one I feel the best about is Titans minus the 2.5 in Houston.
Yeah.
Pretty self-explanatory. It is a road favorite in a division game, which does scare me usually.
I like the 2.5. I like the hook.
2.5 is a great number. It's minus 106, so even better odds than the minus 110 it's usually at.
Yep.
Just gotta hope it's not one of those shitter games where Tennessee loses 26-10 because
falls
they just
apart.
didn't show up.
Yep.
The run game didn't work, and Tannehill's Tannehill.
Yes.
So
Always an
yeah.
option.
Always an option.
So usually against the grain here, we got 2 division road favorites as the first 2 locks, and that
Yeah.
could be a recipe for failure.
Or recipe for bad success and lots of money.
Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
And the third lock, I'm kind of torn between a few plays I like.
Lock them in. Let's see it.
So let's go. I'm not going to do McVay off a bye. I'm not going to challenge that.
Yeah.
I will go Bears Dallas under the 42.5.
Okay. Bears
Okay.
Dallas under 42.
I like it.
I think each team still likes to run the ball primarily. Bears love to run the ball between a two-headed monster. Dallas loves to run the ball between their two-headed monster. We talked about Fields throwing to who against Dallas's defense.
Mhm.
I think Dak's still shaking a little rust off. Didn't look that good last week. Did enough to win. As long as either team doesn't turn the ball over 4 or 5 times, then sets up the short field.
It's an option.
It's definitely an option.
I'm gonna do that.
I love it.
So the 2 honorable mentions that I do not want on the record.
Yep. So these don't count. We're just saying them for grins here. If you're interested.
I do like the Angles, but I'll stick with the 3. I will get greedy.
Uh-huh.
The Niners, the 1.5. I like on the
I'll
road,
throw $5 on your honorable mentions.
and then Green Bay Buffalo over 47.5.
Well, Green Bay's gonna score 35 themselves.
Buffalo.
Buffalo. Thank you. Buffalo.
No, Green Bay?
I could see this being like a 38-10 Buffalo win. I think
I can see
Buffalo
it.
scores 35 minimum.
Yeah, definitely.
They're dicks,
They are dicks. They'll run it up if they can.
especially in but primetime unders have been hot,
That's true. They have.
so that's tough. I
That's
could
because the Broncos have been in
Yeah,
prime time so many times.
every freaking
that's
game.
true. I could see Buffalo. Oh, we're on national television. The Eagles are undefeated. Guess what? We're right here.
Yeah.
We're just as good. We're just as hot. We're just as lethal.
Yep.
I like that over as well. I'll probably be betting all 5 of these 6 of these plays I've written down on Sunday.
Yeah, I like all those a lot.
But those last couple scare me just a little bit.
I feel you. But he's red hot, people. You have to ride these bets if you want to make money sports betting. You have to.
I might have to look at a 2:30 slate on
Red
Saturday.
Hot.
Feels
Yeah,
bad.
give something for him.
I've been
But
9-0 the last 2 weeks.
that is all we've got for NFL. Let's go ahead and take just a quick pivot over to the college football power rankings. I don't think we're going to have many differences from last week because none of the big teams lost. I only made one change in mine. So I've still got Ohio State at 1. I've still got Georgia at 2. I had Clemson, Tennessee, and Michigan as my 3, 4, 5 in that order. I've taken Clemson and moved them to 5. And I've moved Tennessee up to 3, and I moved Michigan up to 4. Clemson had to bench DJ Ungalele. They had to go to their backup quarterback, and he got it done. A true freshman, number 1 prospect, I think, or number 1 quarterback in his class. Cade Yorvik or something weird like that. But I don't like that they benched him. That makes me nervous for them going forward that they had to bench him. So Michigan has just continued to look dominant, pounding the rock. I think they were on bye last week, maybe. Either way, they haven't lost. Tennessee looks really good. And Ohio State and Georgia, you can't touch them right now because they're just both winning games by a lot of points every time they play. So, and then I've got Clemson at 5 and Bama at 6. Still haven't moved either of those teams. Illinois, a couple wins away from making my list, though. They beat Michigan, and all bets are off. All bets are off. Sage, let's hear yours.
Yeah, we actually have the exact same list.
Really?
Ohio, Georgia, Tennessee, Michigan,
And then
yeah, the
Clemson,
honorable
Bama,
mentions, we
honorable
actually had the same. I didn't write them down, Clemson and Bama. But mostly, like, Ohio, I got a little nervous in the beginning.
Yeah.
Offense started a little slow. Their defense picked it right up. They're like, oh, don't worry about it.
Well, we're good.
We're good.
We'll hold it
Don't
down.
worry
You
about
guys
it.
figure it out. We'll hold it down.
Yeah, don't worry about it, guys. They look untouchable, along with Georgia and
Tennessee, too.
Tennessee's.
Oh, they are. I will say, I really love Ohio State's offense. Marvin Harrison Jr. looks like a monster.
It's
Oh
a
my
shame that he has to stay another year in college.
I know, because he would be an awesome pick this year. In the
I almost
draft.
hate that rule. I get it, injury.
You gotta be
left and right,
older or
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
mature. But he looks really good, man. Him and CJ, whoever takes CJ Stroud should really think about taking Marvin Harrison Jr. to pair them up because they'll be nasty together.
Do a little Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow
Exactly.
action.
Yes, bingo.
I
Colin,
bet that starts
what do you
it.
got? Yeah.
So my top 4 are the exact same. I have Tennessee at 1,
Mhm.
Ohio State 2, Georgia 3, Michigan 4.
Yeah.
Clemson was competing with Michigan, like Nate said, for his top 5 or 4B.
Yeah, 4B.
I moved them down as well. They should have lost at home to Syracuse.
Yeah.
They
Syracuse
got a
was ranked. They were ranked 14th going to the
They did get a
game.
couple of calls in the second half. Clemson did a big roughing the passer that was missed. So I have Clemson, Alabama as my top 2 honorable mentions, and then I have Oregon, who just beat number 9 UCLA by 2 scores, 2
Yeah,
touchdowns.
Oregon looked good.
And then Oklahoma State also kind of hovering there. They just beat ranked Texas and came back with a banged up starting quarterback
Yeah.
and pulled it off.
There's some good parity in college football outside of Ohio State and Georgia.
Also, I did see Oklahoma State 0 flags the whole game. Texas 14 flags the whole game.
Oh, that's coaching.
So-
That's coaching.
Is this Big 12 saying, hey, Texas, you want to leave?
Fuck you.
Screw you.
Yeah.
And I do think there was a flag disparity, too, in the Oregon-UCLA game. Hey, guess what, UCLA?
You want to leave?
You want to leave?
Tough.
As I heard, I was
Eating
listening
all
to
these flags.
when I went to pick up my dog yesterday from the vet, I heard Jim Madsen talking about his segment, things that make me go, And he was like looking at the flag disparity and the officiating in some of these games with teams that want to leave the conference versus teams that could be the face of the conference once these teams leave.
Also, on a side note, shout out Princess Colin's dog having surgery on her paw yesterday. We know you're listening. Spark twice. We got you. We're on your side.
Yep.
Team Princess, baby.
Slept on the living room floor last night. You're welcome.
Just for you. What a guy. What a guy. Ladies, he loves dogs.
Slept like shit. You're
Come
welcome.
Come on. But it seems like we all have the same top four. I mean, it's just not in the same order necessarily, except for me and Sage. But yeah, same top four teams, and I think it's all fair. I can't wait for them to expand the playoff eventually. I think that'll be so fun.
At least make it 8.
At least make it 8. At least give us 8.
About 16.
Yep, at least make it 8 and give us one wild card team that's undefeated. Like, yes, maybe they're in a shitter conference. Let's see them against the big boys. Let's see it just
like
one
Cincy
time.
last year.
Yeah, like Cincinnati.
Yeah.
They did get smacked, didn't they?
They got smacked.
They got smacked.
Well,
Well,
they were there.
But they were there.
72-year-old quarterback Desmond Ritter.
Fresh from Nam.
Fresh from Nam. He just got back. He just got over Agent Orange. Last week we made our MLB Championship Series picks. Me, Colin, and Addison did. We didn't get Sage's, so we'll absolve him from this one. The three of us all took Philly. Addison actually took Philly in a sweep, and they did it. Nice job, Addison.
5.
Oh, Philly did it in 5.
They choked the game.
I had Philly in 5. Look at me go. Holy shit, I'm a genius.
Because the day we recorded, they were already up 1-0
You're
in
right.
the series. I think they were winning like
They
3
were
or
winning,
4 to
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
in the
they were.
second inning while we recorded. So that's why Addison's
That's
like
Philly in 4.
4.
You're right. So I had Philly in 5. That's exactly what happened, but we all took Philly. Addison had him in 4. Colin had him in 6. However, Colin's the only one who took Houston. Colin took Houston in 6. I took New York in 7, and Addison took New York in 6. New York struck out 50 times in 4 games. They got mowed down. They looked terrible. Does Jose Altuve have a hit yet?
He had a couple.
Did he? Because he was 0 for 24
Yeah.
last I checked.
I think he
Really
had 1
bad.
in game 3 and like 1 or 2 in game 4.
Okay. Also, they haven't lost a non-World Series game in the playoffs in like 3 playoff runs. Or last 2 at least. I know they swept their way through last year. They're sweet. They swept their way through this year. So let's go ahead and make our World Series picks. Fun stat. Actually, not a very fun stat. Every time the Philadelphia Phillies have won the World Series, the United States economy has gone into a recession. Every time. We are on our way to a recession in the United States economy.
With or without the Phillies.
Well, give me the Phillies because we're already trending that direction. It's going to happen probably. Give me Philly then. It just makes sense. They go hand in hand. Recession, Philadelphia Phillies win the World Series.
Also, 2 of the last 3 years, Houston's been in the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
What division have they faced in the World Series and lost both?
East.
2019 lost to the Nationals.
Yep,
Last
right.
year lost to the Braves.
Yep. This year, losing to the Phillies.
And then next year they're going to lose to the Mets.
Yep.
You're welcome, Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank. Shout out Frank the Tank. I got Philly in 6. I think their 1-2 pitching with Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola is better than Justin Verlander and whoever Houston's number 2 is. Escapes Valdez, Framber Valdez. Yep, I like Wheeler, and they're hot. You ride the hot team. They're the wild card team that were the last wild card team to get in. They got hot, and they've only lost 1 game this playoff run. While Houston's lost 0, I like Philly. They've been the road team in all series, and they've come out on top. So give me Philadelphia in 6. Say what you got.
Yeah, I'm also rolling with Philly. I'm gonna go to 7.
Okay.
I think it'll make it more interesting.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Also, like you can't argue with teams of destiny.
You really
They
can.
exist.
Yeah.
They exist, and I
have one.
don't follow baseball enough to be like, yo, they're second string pitcher. All that stuff. Listen, that's not me, guys. But I have been watching playoff baseball for the first time. Every year I watch playoff baseball. And I'm like, I'll get into baseball this coming year, and it never
Doesn't
happens.
happen.
But I fucking love watching the Phillies this year.
They're good.
It's been fun to watch.
Bryce Harper's on
And-
fire.
Yeah, I have an emotional connection to them at this point. You know, when I found out the Dodgers were knocked out, because I don't follow it that much, I'm a fan, but not a fan.
Not a diehard.
Yeah, that's where we are, guys.
Okay.
No, it's been fun to watch. I also just hate Houston.
Yeah, same. I openly root against Houston at all times.
But I also openly root against the city of Philadelphia.
Same. I don't love Philadelphia
So
by
it's like,
any
God
means.
damn, who do you vote for?
I
Or who do you root
36.
for? You root for the snobs in Philadelphia who are just dicks.
Or the schnobs
Absolute
that matches
cocks.
Mac in Houston.
Yeah.
Hey, he's set to win $75 million if Houston wins.
So that means
World
they're not
Series.
going to win.
Yeah.
Because that guy's never hit a bet I've seen.
Although I read about this, he hedges himself really well. If
Okay.
Houston wins the World Series, every mattress he sold during the baseball season, he refunds them, gives everybody back their money. Because if they win it, he wins $75 million. He's still coming out ahead. But if they lose, then he loses the bet because he bet $10 million on it, but he keeps all the sales of his mattresses. It's brilliant. And he's got 3 schmucks in Central Illinois talking about Mattress Mac in Houston. I mean, it's worldwide marketing.
Thousands of people know
who he is because of this, and it's brilliant marketing. Everyone wants to buy a mattress from him.
It's like my favorite story.
Yeah, because he can win a bunch of money. Like I can go buy a mattress from you, and I might get all that money back. That's awesome. You can go buy a nice mattress, and if you lose, okay, fine. But who you got in this one?
Oh, I was solo on the Astros. Yankees hit 182 against the Guardians. I knew that wasn't going to be sustainable. Aaron Judge stinks in the playoffs.
Yeah, he does.
Stinks.
He's going to get paid, too.
Well, and if we're negotiating, congrats on 62 of the regular season.
Yep,
but
good job. Doesn't matter.
4 hits in the playoffs. And
Don't mean a thing without a ring. Ask the Warriors.
I'm going to go against the grain as well. I hate picking the cheating sons of bitches in Houston.
Yeah, a bunch of bastards.
I'm going to take Houston in 6 games. I think they win both at home. They sneak one on the road in Philly because it's 2-3-2, I believe.
Yep.
Win both at home, sneak one on the road, finish it out that first game back home. Shout out MLB, though, for scheduling this for Friday when the series concluded on Sunday. Because now we get a full rested.
Yep, everyone's healthy. You're going to have the ones versus the ones.
And also, the biggest beneficiary of the universal DH, Philadelphia Phillies. Yeah. Bryce Harper would not be playing.
Yeah.
He can't throw.
No, he can't throw right now. And he's just hitting fucking nukes, man.
He is on fire.
That home run that he hit to give him the lead in the 8th inning, that was so cool. I had goosebumps watching it. I don't like him. I don't like the Phillies. It was awesome.
That's the one thing the Phillies have the advantage on, I think, is the long ball.
Definitely.
In this series.
They look at that lineup, man. A lot of home run hitters.
I'll do you one further. Jeremy Pena, rookie shortstop, World Series MVP.
He was ALCS MVP, wasn't he? Or
he was definitely the DS player.
I think he was ALCS MVP.
He could have been too. Yeah, he had the 3-run homer in the sweep game. He's on fire.
World Series MVP. So how many games are you taking Houston in?
6.
6? Houston? Oh, yeah, that's right. Houston at 6.
Although it's tough to say they get both at home with Wheeler Nola.
Yeah, that's tough.
But then you get Verlander Valdez. Valdez is probably the best ground ball pitcher in the league.
Yeah. It's going to be a great series. I think we got 2 hot teams coming up against each other.
Yeah, it's going to be
2
fun.
good teams coming against each other. I like it. We got Philly, Houston. It's going to, hopefully it goes a few games. I don't want it to be a sweep because that's boring.
I saw this guy at Barstool that was saying the ALCS, Yankee fan at Barstool. Oh, the ALCS is the World Series.
Okay.
The NL is cute when you're doing the NL, but this is the real series.
And they got swept. Yankees got absolutely swept. Just embarrassed, honestly, at home.
Yeah. Who's your daddy? The Houston Astros are your daddy.
Are their daddy. Yeah, I got a ride home from a guy from the Dolphins game who was a Yankees fan. He was pretty bummed. He's like, we just got absolutely shit on.
Yeah, the game just ended probably right.
Yeah, we were standing in the parking lot. He's like, I wonder what happens. And I pulled out my phone and I told him, and he was like, yep, makes sense. We fucking suck. Judge is gone. I was like, yeah, probably. Probably is. He's going to get a bag somewhere. I like it. I don't think I'm missing anything. We didn't get Opal's outrageous take in this week. He wasn't here to make one, didn't send one into the group. If he gives us one, we'll give it out online.
He sent one that we weren't going to read over there.
Oh, yeah. You're right. That is kind of a big deal in the sports world, though, kind of. In the world in general. Yeah, Russia's not going to let Brittany Griner leave. She's getting that 9.5-year sentence, and they're not going to let her go. I'm interested to see what happens.
I did see this morning, I think they're counting her already.
Serve time, yeah. So still 9 years.
Yeah, it's still.
Because she's been there for half a year, so yeah, still a 9-year sentence for bringing in stuff. Should have never taken it with her. It's her own fault. Like, Russia doesn't like us. You break one of their rules, they're going to go out of their way to fuck you. Yeah. It is what it is. You got to know that. And do I think it should be a 9-year penalty for having contraband? Absolutely not. No. But you got to be smart, and that was not smart.
Land from Russia's angle, not to get too political with all this crap, but if we have somebody they want, why would you just let her go?
Oh, right. All right, let's make a swap.
We'll take our guy back.
I think they offered a swap and we turned it down. I think
they wanted some like
an arms dealer, some shitty human being. Like, yeah, we'll give you Brittany Griner back for him. It's like, all right, go fuck yourself. That's like a 1st-round pick for a 7th-round pick.
Right.
Pass. You at least sweeten the pot a little bit. Take some of the contract money or something. Shit. I mean, make it worth our time.
Send us a nuke or 2.
Right, yeah. Give us a couple missiles in exchange. Come on, let's make it a fair deal.
At least a 20-year peace treaty signed.
Yes, bingo, for everybody. God, why can't we do that? Why can we not that fucking peace?
That'd be hysterical.
20-year peace treaty.
We're negotiating.
I think you just solved it, actually. You just solved it.
Right,
why don't we just
not fight? Haven't you tried not fighting? God damn it. That's why I went to the dog team this year, because you know what the world's going to look like in a year.
Fair enough.
I was like, we got to go now, because who knows. Also, it was awesome. ton of fun. I think that's kind of all we got for everybody today. Kind of a shorter live today. I don't really know why. We talked about everything. We just kind of moved along.
Kind of like last week too. I think
It's one less person.
Yeah, one less person. You're right. Just kind of moves right along. The show will be released on the podcast website on Friday morning at 8 a.m. per usual. This video will go live on YouTube. It already is live on YouTube. It'll be broken up. I'm going to break it up this week. I didn't last week, but they're doing break up segments so people can watch whatever they want to.
Yeah.
Stay tuned to TikTok. I'm making a big announcement right here, right now.
right here right now.
If I'm continuing to post the daily FanDuel Sportsbook sponsor our podcast on TikTok. If FanDuel Sportsbook does not sponsor us by the time we do our next podcast, I'm going to wear a dress on the podcast.
I like it.
I'm going to wear a dress on the podcast next week and on the YouTube live video.
Looks like you're wearing a dress the next time.
No way, because they're going to sponsor our podcast. Because I'm going to go nuts on TikTok.
We're gonna get bigger every week.
Yeah,
Next,
this is the simple one. This is the easiest one. After this, who knows what we're going to make ourselves do?
I think I saw a few randos liking the post.
Yeah, we're getting some traction. We're getting a little bit of traction here. Maybe they'll throw us. I'm asking for a lot. Just a little something for us to talk. We use all their spreads. We place bets on their website. Just give us a little something.
Yeah,
cheddar cheese.
tag them in the tweets.
Right.
We're already advertising for them.
Right. May as well pay us a little something for it. Come on.
Or maybe we stop.
Yeah, maybe we just say fuck you. Hey, BetMGM. Who wants our business? BetMGM. DraftKings.
We'll go running your way.
Barstool Sportsbook. Whoever wants to sponsor us, we're in. Sage, do you have anything to add to this show today?
No, nothing today. Just
Another
good week of sports coming up.
Yep, super excited. Colin, anything you want to add?
Nothing to add.
Nothing to add. All right, we're gonna have Isaiah's easiest picks of the week for this week. We've been slacking on that. I've been gone and busy on Sundays, but we'll have them this Sunday morning for sure. So stay tuned to that. Stay tuned to the YouTube page. Please continue to like and subscribe to the videos. Hit that big red subscribe button. Comment down below. Comment down below thoughts on this. Nobody called in. I'm a little bummed about it, but we are doing it at noon on a Tuesday. So what can we expect?
Yeah.
Hopefully my voice is better next week. This is not fun. But I want to thank everybody for sitting around. Greg, Addison, appreciate you guys in the chat. Everybody else in here, love it.
Hopefully we have a healthy 4 next week.
Yes, hopefully we get the full 4. Oh, and before I go, I want to show everybody the new room. As you can kind of tell, it's different paint job behind us. While I was in Miami, my wife painted it up a little bit for us and did an awesome job. And I just want to show everyone the fun wall that we have here. So I'm going to take the camera down real fast and just do a little turn so everybody can see it. I don't know how it looks. Like it look okay on the screen page.
Backwards.
Oh God.
I don't know. Putting it upside down is not gonna help. It's just mirrored.
Oh, it's mirrored. You're right. Okay. Well, it says the playbook. Shit. You're right. It won't help. I'm dumb. You got the logo there. Got the dolphin stripes all throughout here. We're gonna get all of our stuff put back up on the walls when we get that opportunity. We're just not there yet because I just found out about this morning. So shout out to my lovely wife Rebecca for doing this for us and making us look relatively professional.
Shout out Rebecca.
Yep. Shout out Rebecca.
Shout out Rebecca.
Maybe she's listening. I don't know. She supports us. That's all I care about. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time.
And make sure we're.
I actually ended it this time. Okay.